Hey guys, welcome to J&R Creations. If this is your first video and you want to learn a lot about me, it's gonna happen. If it's your first video, you could care less to learn about me and you just want to know about the business side of things that I do, this is not the video for you. Go and check out the intro, maybe watch some explanations of games. Go and watch other videos. This is not what you're gonna want. If you want to know some random stuff about me, even if you're a friend of mine or someone that I knew in school, you're probably going to learn quite a bit about me through this video. So, I've seen this a lot. It's 50 random facts, and here we go. I am 28 years old. I have one brother who's 4 years older than me, so I'm the youngest child. I have the cutest niece ever. Insert pictures, videos, whatever, right here. I mean, they don't get any cuter. I'm biased, of course, but she's hilarious, and one of the coolest experiences of my entire life thus far is being an aunt. My favorite color is blue. I have hazel eyes. They change depending on whatever color I'm wearing. Today they're very green. Some days they're like a light brown with green or just a light brown. And then some days they're kind of gray. Never completely blue. I hate cats. I don't understand the need in having a cat. It's like a pet that hates you. Why get cats? The only time I even remotely like cats is if they act like dogs. That leads me to my next random fact. I love dogs. My favorite YouTuber is Grace Helbig. To combine such a dry sense of humor with just hilarious content. I don't even know, she can do the most boring type of video and I'm still gonna watch it because at some point in the video she's gonna do something that literally causes me to laugh out loud. My favorite movie is the original Steel Magnolias. It came out in the late 80s, so maybe some younger people haven't heard of it or just haven't gotten around to watching it. It's so worth a watch. You will laugh until you cry. You have Julia Roberts, Sally Field, Olympia Dukakis, Shirley MacLaine, Dolly Parton, and Daryl Hannah. And all six of them combined and the friendships that they share, no other movie has ever matched how hilarious and touching that movie really is. My favorite TV show is Gilmore Girls. I think the writing of that show and the sheer amount of words that they fit in per episode will never be topped by any other show. I can't imagine liking a character more than I like Lorelai Gilmore. I couldn't be more obsessed with the show if I tried. I watch it from beginning to end at least once a year and I can't wait for the new episodes that are coming out on Netflix. My biggest fear is snakes. I don't know why. I mean, I've encountered 2 different snakes that I can think of just out and about, and neither experience was like terrifying where they were about to strike. They just scare me. It's weird that they don't have legs. It's weird that you can just be walking around and not see them until you're right up on them. I don't like to see them on TV. I don't like pictures of them in books or doing a random internet search and coming across a picture of them. No. No. If you put too many pictures of a snake in your Facebook stuff, I will literally unfriend you because I hate scrolling through my news feed and coming across pictures of random snakes or videos of random snakes. Hate. My second biggest fear, heights. Get me like more than 3 steps up on a ladder painting on the outside or inside of a house or whatever, and I'm a little scared. You know that tingly feeling in the back of your legs, like you're gonna pass out basically? Heights do that to me and I hate it. I will probably never bungee jump or skydive or rappel or zip line. I'm an absolute weenie when it comes to heights. My favorite sport to watch is baseball, even on TV. And most people think it's too slow and too boring to watch on TV. I love it. My favorite sport to play is volleyball. My favorite team is the Texas Rangers. I don't care if they're having a terrible year. I will watch their games. I will go and watch their games in person. The Rangers ballpark in Arlington is my absolute favorite place to be. I look forward to the months of March when spring training starts, all the way through October when the World Series is over, and I can't wait for the year that the Rangers finally win the World Series. My birthday every year is on Earth Day, April 22nd, but I am the worst recycler. My favorite Disney movie is Robin Hood. Spiders, snakes, and lizard heads. If I tattletale, I'll die till I'm dead. Ready or not, here I come. There's so many good ones, and it is hard to pick, but I love Robin Hood. My favorite childhood TV show, like most females that grew up in the 90s, is Full House. And they're bringing it back as Fuller House on Netflix. It's gonna be amazing. I hope they have some of the same catchphrases and play that same sappy music every time a serious conversation is happening between them. I can't wait. I don't have any tattoos. I plan on getting a tattoo on probably my right wrist, because if I want to cover it up I can with a watch, but I don't have any yet. I'm a little afraid that once I get one, I'm gonna want like 50. I have no piercings, not even my ears, and maybe twice a year I get dressed up for a pretty fancy event, whether it's like a wedding or whatever, and I think it would be cool if my ears were pierced and I could wear cute, fashionable earrings tonight. But I would never do it on any other day, and so I've never gotten them pierced, and I don't think I ever will. I love binge watching shows, and it's depressing to catch up with a show that's currently on TV and have to wait a week to watch it. I am obsessed with Big Brother. I have been watching since the very first season. I'm a huge fan of Will Kirby. I loved the Alliance of Chilltown. I loved the Brigade. I loved Derek as a house guest. I liked Dan in his first season, not really the second season that he came back. The All-Stars season is still my favorite season yet. I thought Vanessa was robbed last year, and I'm officially boring you if you don't watch Big Brother, so I'll move on. Let's do that. My favorite musician is Frank Sinatra. He is iconic, and he has a swagger all his own that no one else will ever match. My favorite band is the Beatles. And yes, I love all the songs that everyone knows and loves of theirs, but I love a lot of their more obscure songs as well. I'd call myself a true fan of theirs. My favorite female artist is Patsy Cline. You know, she died at such a young age. It would have been so amazing to watch what else she would have done. But even with such a short career, she provided us with such iconic music that we'll never forget. She left a mark on country music. If you couldn't tell from the last three, I am an old soul. I was absolutely born at the wrong time. I loved growing up in the 90s, and I remember it fondly, yes. But I think I should have been born in the 40s and experienced jazz music and swing music and the Beatles and all of the 70s rock bands. I think I should have been around for all of those bands. I am OCD with numbers. Numbers have always just been this weird thing for me, and I really like for things to be in even numbers as well. I used to count my steps when I was younger. I really don't do that anymore, but I used to do that, and I would try and step with my left foot on even numbers and my right foot on odd numbers. I should not admit this to people, but yes, I'm very OCD when it comes to numbers. I was in choir starting in the 4th grade through my senior year of high school. I had some of the most amazing choir directors who taught me so much about music, and it's because of them that I'm even remotely musically inclined. Along with that, I was in a group called Best Friends all 4 years that I was at LCU. We took contemporary Christian music off of the radio and made it a cappella, and then we traveled around to churches and schools and things like that. And we promoted LCU as a university, but it was also a ministry. And so it was such a cool experience. All the people that were in Best Friends with me felt more like family than close friends, and it's by far the coolest experience I've had to date. Along with Best Friends, you can actually find me on iTunes. You won't find me under my name. It would be on a Best Friends album. I'm not the soloist on every song by any means, but you can actually find songs if you search hard enough where I'm the soloist. And so that's really cool. Not everyone gets to have that experience, and it's something that I'm fairly proud of, and I feel very lucky and blessed that I got to be a part of that group and have that experience. I can't dance. You would think with my musical background that I would have a lot of rhythm and that would come easily to me. No, I'm straight up awful. My first love language, if you've ever read the 5 Love Languages, is quality time. So I love to just sit in a room with somebody and talk to them and get to know them better, even if it's someone that I've known for years. You can always learn more about someone if you're willing to listen, and so I love quality time where I get to know someone better and they get to know me better. My second love language is receiving gifts, but this isn't the girly type of thing where I want to get flowers and chocolate and jewelry. I'd rather receive a letter or a card or something sentimental and along those lines. With this, I tend to keep all kinds of things. I keep ticket stubs from movies or concerts. I have every ticket from every Rangers game I've ever been to, starting with the first one I went to in 2001. I have name tags from church camps that I was a counselor at or a camper. I hate cheesecake. Do you have different foods or anything that you wish you really liked, but every time you try it, you hate it? That for me is cheesecake. I like savory things more than sweet things. Like Thanksgiving dinner, I'll go back for seconds of green bean casserole, broccoli and rice casserole, ham, anything, long before I'll ever go for pumpkin pie, chocolate pie. I love fresh scents, and I kind of hate pretty much any other scent. I have actually met and shaken hands with, I shook David Copperfield's hand. Me and my dad were in Vegas and we got tickets to a show, and they do this thing where they throw like frisbees basically into the audience, and they have people waiting on the sides to come and grab you if it landed in front of you. And you don't have a choice. It doesn't matter if you want to go on stage or not, which I did not want to go on stage. You don't have a choice. What's cool is I was on stage like maybe 3 feet away from him for this amazing trick where all of a sudden there's a car on stage, and I have no idea how he did it. I want to go to New York so bad because I want to see every musical there ever was. This got talked about a little bit in the Best Friend tag. If you haven't seen those videos, go and check those out, and I will link them below and make sure that you can get to them if you want to see those. I am an outgoing introvert. I'm by no means shy. If I meet you, I can carry on a conversation with you and not feel awkward, but I'm an introvert in the sense that I re-energize by being by myself. Being around people for too long, even if it's people I really care about and feel close to, really exhausts me. My biggest pet peeve is arrogance. I love it when people are confident in themselves and understand that they're talented in different ways and take pride in those talents, but I hate arrogant people that are super cocky and just brag about themselves all the time. I won't spend any amount of time around these types of people. I rarely cry, and if I do it by myself. It's one of those things that I'm trying to kind of grow and evolve a little bit and be less and less afraid to be emotional in front of other people. And I think there's actually a lot of strength in not being afraid to share your emotions with other people. So that's something I'm trying to kind of change. I am extremely habitual. And along with this, I am a very all or nothing type of personality. I tend to love something or absolutely hate it. I'm left-handed and somewhat ambidextrous because I have broken my arm 3 times. I guess technically I've broken my wrist twice and my arm once, but it's always been my left hand. And so I broke it when I was 7, when I was 9, and when I was 18. So when I was 7 and 9, I was learning to write and all kinds of things with my left hand and really couldn't use it and was forced to use my right hand. So now I eat with my right hand and open things with my right hand and things like that. My right hand and arm are a lot stronger than my left hand. So I wouldn't call myself ambidextrous, but I use both hands for a lot of different things. My first memory ever was a tricycle parade in preschool. When you started out in the 3-year-old class, we did a tricycle parade. I don't know why. But I remember being on my little tricycle and riding around, I guess it was the church that we attended at that time, and I knew that up around this next corner, my mom was gonna be there, and I was so proud to just ride my little tricycle around and come up and see my mom. Everything reminds me of a TV show or a movie or a song. And sometimes I can refrain from saying it out loud or singing it out loud, but more often than not, I can't. Last but certainly not least, I want to work in the music industry. I've thought a lot about how cool it would be to be a backup singer on The Voice or Dancing with the Stars or something like that, where you're not really seen, but you're heard and you get to sing on a daily basis. And I've also talked about opening my own recording studio, and that's something that I genuinely hope to do at some point. And I really don't care if I ever get fame from that. In fact, that's not what I want. I just want to work in the music industry. So that's 50 random facts about me. I hope it was entertaining. Possibly it wasn't. If it wasn't, check back next week. Thanks for tuning in. Let me know what type of videos you guys want to see. Like this video, comment below, and always subscribe. All right, bye guys.